Well, hello there, beautiful people of the internet. Today I have for you 5 recommended cryptocurrencies for Q2 2021. And as always, hi, this is Brandon with Crypto Trades and Tech. First things first, this is not financial advice. Please do not consider this financial advice and do your own research before investing in any of these projects. If you take my advice, likely you'll end up losing all of your money and living in a van down by the river. Now, with that out of the way, the first project I have for you guys is an oldie but a goodie. It's the one cryptocurrency I'm probably the most bullish on. And there's a lot of catalysts for this large cap cryptocurrency coming into Q2 2021. And that, of course, is Cardano, ADA, the ADA token. Now, the catalysts that are coming are this development that we see happening with the Alonzo hard fork. Now, the Alonzo hard fork is the final phase in a major upgrade to the Cardano network, which allows full smart contract functionality. Now, really, Cardano isn't functional until this is done. So all the last several years of development have led up to this hard fork. As you can see here, the Cardano 360 updates they gave the other day, it looks like the testnet for the Alonzo hard fork is coming by the end of April, early May. And then that gives us through Q2. So this event happening right here in the early to mid part of Q2 is going to provide a lot of bullish sentiment and hype for the project as it gets ready for its full rollout later this year. Taking a look at the charts here, you see Cardano has been consolidating for quite a while. You can see here that we've basically gone sideways now. Price has gone pretty much sideways for 40 days. So really, we spiked up way back in February before Mary's hard fork went live. This was the Mary's hard fork spike and a little bit of a sell-off there. And then this was the Coinbase listing spike. So since this price action here, we've had a successful Mary's hard fork and a Coinbase listing, and we've still gone completely sideways. So looking here at the Bitcoin chart, it also looks quite coiled up. It's been sitting on this support. It's tested it several times, and it looks like it's starting to really coil up here for a potentially pretty big move. So we'll see what happens as we get closer to the Alonzo hard fork and the testnet. But I think at this stage, after the consolidation we've had on Cardano, this is a reasonable time to look to go long if you were waiting for an opportunity. The next project I have is another project, and in all of these I've had to consider a confluence of being bullish on the project, but also then it having good technical setup. And that's really what I'm looking for, is the combination of both of those things. So the next project on our list is the Graph. Now, I want to talk about the technicals first here. This project obviously pumped a while back. It had some very bullish news around it, bullish hype around it, and it pumped. And it's been consolidating this very large pennant for a few months again here. Similar, we made a new high of near $3 back in early February, and we've been consolidating all the way now through the month of March into April, and we're just now looking like it might be on a breakout here. So this is a recommendation I've made recently to a few people and on my live streams. So what the Graph is an indexing service. Basically, it takes information and it makes it easy to use. So within the network, the main use for it right now is for allowing communication between blockchains. So allowing independent blockchains to be able to share information through a trustless manner. So there's a couple of main components to the network. You have your indexers, which operate nodes that pull in information. You have curators who organize data and they help to identify what data is most useful and accurate from which indexers. And then you have delegators, or basically people that are participating in the community by owning some of the main Graph tokens, and then delegate to the network and are responsible for voting on changes within the network. So you see this is all built on Web3, and you can see here that they're really tapping data from blockchains, storage networks, P2P networks, or all kinds of data, public data, encrypted data, and they're indexing it and providing APIs or application program interfaces to allow easy access to this data for consumers. And you can see here several large projects are using the Graph today. So Uniswap, Synthetics, Decentraland, to name a few, are using the graph today. Now the next two projects are Ethereum scaling projects, which have done fairly well, but are lagging a little bit. And I think that this space is going to be getting some love here fairly soon. And it has been recently. The first on my list is Loopery. Now Loopery is both an exchange and a Layer 2 scaling solution. So you can see here it's really focused on right now a ZK rollup style of exchange. So ZK rollup is one of a couple of Layer 2 scaling capabilities, and so it's really an exchange and a payment protocol. So it's kind of, you get a little bit of two sides. Now this is very focused on the transaction side of things, not so much the smart contract side of things today. But you can see here that it provides very high throughput, and for the exchange part of it, they have a decentralized exchange that works very rapidly. It works. It feels like you're trading on a centralized exchange with the speed of it and the very, very low to almost non-existent exchange fees. And what's great about this is because they're using a rollup, they get the full security of the Layer 1 Ethereum chain. So they don't have to maintain their own security. That's one of the advantages to a rollup style scaling solution. You can see here they can handle 2,025 transactions per second, and this is all using the main Ethereum network. So you see here I've pulled up the Loopery exchange UI, and it has a very centralized exchange UI look and feel to it. And here you would go and connect your wallet, be it MetaMask, most likely it's probably the most popular wallet that you might want to connect in here. And then you can do this is a decentralized exchange again that works almost at the speed and of a centralized exchange with very, very low to non-existent exchange fees. So very cool solution. The next one I want to talk about is one that had really a big move on it. It moved from, I guess, down here at the beginning of 2021, it was less than a penny, or less than 10 cents. I'm sorry, not a penny. Yeah, sorry, it was from 1 cent. It moved roughly from 1 cent all the way up to 50 cents USD, a little over 50 cents USD, and it's consolidating now. It's at 36 cents. This one, I would be more cautious of just going and buying, but you can see here on the technicals, we have this very key support level that was broken on this bearish candle here that was tested and found really good support, and now has been consolidating. So this one, might be a little bit more cautious with because of how big of a move it's had. I put a couple of additional levels here to watch just in case it does decide to come back down and test a lower support level. Got basically 20 cents, 25 cents, and 30 cents roughly on the chart here. Now, also a breakout to the upside of this consolidation pattern and a confirmation of that would also be a potentially pretty good entry. But this is more for a trade entry on the top side here. These lower levels of support and maybe a touch, if we break out of this downtrend, and a touch of that would be a good place to add if you're trying to just add for a long-term hold. But again, this is not financial advice. Do your own research, do your own analysis on this. But Matic has a huge, huge potential. And so the fact that it's moved so much may not be too terribly concerning in the intermediate term. Now, again, give it some time and do your own research on this. But you'll see here, Matic has rebranded now as Polygon. And what they're trying to be is a blockchain agnostic multi-solution scaling. So they have, right now, of course, is Matic Plasma, which is live. This is a Plasma sidechain style of scaling. It's, again, live now. They're working on a ZK rollup style scaling solution, which will be similar to Loopery that we just talked about, using optimistic rollups as well. And you've probably heard of a project called Optimism. So I went and found this tweet from Vitalik here, which had a little box kind of showing the difference between all the different style of layer 2 scaling and kind of just classifying them. And you can see here basically what Polygon's doing is they're building a solution for each of these. And developers will be able to make use of whichever scaling solution is best for the needs that they have. So again, ZK rollup, optimistic rollups, Plasma sidechains, and Validium, which is basically a rename of Plasma with snarks. Anyway, Matic is a very cool solution with lots of potential. Again, another layer 2 scaling solution. And then the last solution I have on my list is a Polkadot project using substrate. And again, the challenge in coming up with a list at this stage in the alt season is that we don't have a lot of time left in alt season. So I had to find altcoins that I thought had a lot of potential, have some hype in the near future that's going to cause them to pump, and are really good projects all in all. So I'm just going to read to you what Reef is here from CoinMarketCap. So this is a mouthful, but Reef is a DeFi platform built on Polkadot that aims to deliver cross-chain trading, a yield engine, and a smart liquidity aggregator are among the project's offerings. So a simpler way of saying that is what I like how they worded it here. It's why I'm reading it to you from here. Reef is geared towards newcomers, as well as current DeFi users who find it difficult to keep up with the best investment strategies. So basically, it's a solution that if you're going to provide liquidity to the network, it automates where to put the liquidity, whatever tokens that you're supplying to the network. It automates where to put that so that you get the best return. And the idea here is that it's very user-friendly, as that users can enter and exit their chosen positions in a single click, and removes some of the hassle associated with managing liquidity pool tokens. And you can see here, because it's built on Polkadot, it's able to support DeFi protocols in Avalanche, Moonbeam, and Plasma, as well as Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. So it's not just tied to Polkadot, so it has a very broad reach here as well. And you can see here on their page, it's very simply marketed as DeFi made easy. And they also note on here Cosmos, which I don't believe they noted on the other CoinMarketCap page as far as an integration. So it's a really great place for hodlers to go and park their coins so that it's automated and optimized for the best returns. So today they're a standalone chain built on Substrate, but you can see here that they do have plans to try to be a parachain, Polkadot parachain main chain project. So if they get selected for the parachain, this will also probably be a big boost to their price and valuation. Well, that's all I had for you guys today. Quick recap. Cardano with the Alonzo hard fork. The Graph, the indexing service. Loopery, the ZK rollup exchange and payment protocol. Matic, the multi-asseted Layer 2 scaling solution. And Reef, the DeFi made easy liquidity optimizing Polkadot project. All right, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Again, as always, I appreciate your support. Please like and subscribe if you think this information would be useful, and consider sharing this video with somebody else if you think they might benefit from it as well. As always, please do your own research. This is not financial advice. There are maybe some nice vans by the river, but we want you to end up in a nice van by the river, not one that's being flooded. All right, everybody, take care.